All right, again, back here at Glenn's Garage. Just at the end of that video, we did see that star bit. Now, in my particular case, because I don't believe the belt had been changed for quite some time, the belt had become so stretched that the tensioner right here had tension. It pulls towards the front of the car as the belt stretches out. Basically got to the point that the belt coming off of the power steering pump went straight down and interfered with that star bit, which is that, again, that T60 star bit that allows you to attach onto the tensioner pulley and rotate it clockwise in order to basically lift the tensioner back towards the backside of the engine. So you're basically twisting with the T60 bit and a socket, maybe an extension, not an extension from the socket to the ratchet, but a extension of the ratchet handle up past the point of the power steering pump, and then allows you to ratchet basically clockwise, turning that tensioner, lifting the tensioner up towards the back of the engine. The star bit is basically rotating counterclockwise, which is towards the front of the engine, and it allows you that tensioner to come free. Again, mine was, that belt had been stretched so far that it went straight down and interfered with me being able to use the star bit, the T60, and as a result, I had to get my larger pry bar. I put it underneath the pulley tensioner and ran it up here. It actually rested on the alternator housing pulley, and then I actually used a little bit of the frame here as well, basically the front clip cross member of the radiator support. And it didn't take a little bit, it was kind of stuck a little bit, but let's get down here and show you one more time where this star bit is. Last time I hit the stop, but right there should be, there's the pulley, there's the back side of the pulley, front side of the pulley coming over towards the alternator, and that star bit should be visible right there. All right, with that, like I said, we've got new hoses, we have the new radiator support in, the fan is out right now, the turbo inlet tube is right here. And then we actually have the air box out right now because we are going for a full timing belt replacement. And I am doing the front cam seals since we are at 225,000 miles. So we will be going back here to the back of the engine and putting in the cam locking tool. We're going to have to remove the bracket and then remove, the engine mount, the brackets that support that, all this wiring. All that's going to clear out of the way. Then we're going to be able to remove the cam sensors. And then behind those, we should either have caps or we'll have access to the cams themselves, and we'll put the locking tool in. So we'll be back with longer video. This is going to be quite the extensive thing. We are going to be doing new coils as well. Because I believe I have a bad coil. Now, these are actually coils that I pulled out of my 2012 C70, which was having a misfire. So I took all the good coils that I had in this 2006 S60, moved them over to the C70, and to try to hopefully avoid a misfire on that. And then, of course, we're going to get some heavy-duty coils and coil packs for this particular vehicle since we're doing it. We do have the IPD lower tube assembled. Again, the new radiator, all the connections to it, and I will have to come back to you and give you a little bit more of an update on, like, that particular bolt right there is a through bolt that goes through the sandwich. You've got a radiator sandwich. We have the oil cooler down there, and then we also have a sandwich in between the intercooler. And that was kind of a bear to do individually, but I figured it out and have some easy tips for you on that as well. And let's see what else is going to be going on. I think that's it. Once we get the timing belt and then those front cam seals done, Now I have a dual VVT setup, variable valve timing on both the exhaust and the intake cams. And so we're going to have to go through and do, because I have not seen a very good video, like pretty much like step by step on how to get this done. I am working in connection and cooperation with an independent Volvo technician who's here in North San Diego County. And once we get this wrapped up, we're going to have a great video. Again, we're going to be looking down, like trying to figure out timing right now. Down at the lower is going to be difficult, but we're going to remove the front wheel. And we'll have access to everything we need in there. We already have the fender well clip back with a pair of needle nose vice grips, and we'll get everything taken care of from there. Car hasn't been run in a while, so the brakes are a little bit corroded. That's just going to come off with driving once we get the cam seals done, get the cam VVT cam hubs back into place, get everything locked in with the cam tool, get the seals out, put the seals back in, get these cam timing gears back on, get the hubs on, get everything readjusted as far as timing goes. And again, we're going to work down on the lower side of things, down here on the crank, to figure out where that final lineup tool is to be able to tell top dead center. And that is just going to be one of those things where it was one of the nick marks. I don't even think we have it here, but these timing marks are really small on the sprockets themselves. It actually just looks like a little hairline. It is not that M mark. And then of course, getting to, I'll rotate you around here, that timing mark right there on the cover. Okay, and again, it's not going to be that tick mark. It's actually out on the edge of a tooth. Let's see if we can find it here real quick. But we'll do a really detailed camera shoot of that so that you can do your own timing belts and make sure that when you put everything back together, you have great timing and don't have any issues. All right, that kind of wraps it up from here. Thank you for watching, and we'll be able to get the longer video going. It will be a longer. I don't really do a lot of editing at this point in time, but I may have to learn how to do that in order to kind of make these videos a little bit more informational, and so that you don't have to sit through a ton of video in order to find what you need. But the radiator I was able to do by myself, no help. And I would say, you know, again, it took me a little bit because I kind of did it in pieces. Once the sandwich came out, it was pretty easy to do because only the radiator had to slide out. And right now we are sitting on jacks. We are about 6 inches up off the ground with the wheels and on jack stands. So from there, that's kind of how we got through that. And everything else is doing good. And we should be back to running here in the next video or two. So that's what's going on from here on the Volvo story, since I haven't posted things in a while. And we do have a new undercover Volvo to show you, as well as the C70 convertible sitting over there, the 2012. But this is a new addition to my Volvo collection. All right, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.